Heartbreaking moment when a poor dog was stabbed with a steel rod, causing severe blood loss and near exhaustion. The dog was lying in a very weak state, blood flowing from the wound, and the pain was evident on its face. Animal rescue volunteers immediately arrived at the scene after receiving information about the dog's condition. They did not hesitate to put themselves in danger and struggle to save the dog's life. The rescue process was tense as they had to quickly stop the bleeding, try to stabilize the dog's condition, and take it to the nearest veterinary facility for emergency treatment. A strong message about the need to protect innocent animals, creatures that cannot defend themselves against human cruelty. Volunteers have worked tirelessly to bring hope to this dog, to protect and care for animals, especially abandoned and abused stray dogs. The dog was cared for at the veterinary clinic, still weak but gradually recovering, thanks to the dedicated care of doctors and volunteers. A reminder of humanity's compassion and responsibility towards the creatures we have domesticated and called friends. A heartbreaking scene of a severely injured dog lying in a pile of garbage, completely exhausted and in pain. The dog's weak whimper echoed in the air, expressing the pain and despair as it no longer had the strength to escape this miserable situation on its own. The dog had matted fur, a body full of wounds, and a tired look in its eyes. Animal rescue volunteers appeared at the right time, carrying the hope of saving this poor dog. They gently approached, carefully checked the dog's condition, and tried to get it out of the pile of garbage. The rescue process was challenging as they tried not to panic the dog further and make its condition worse. Immediately after being taken out of the pile of garbage, the dog was cared for by volunteers and taken to the nearest veterinary facility. Here it was thoroughly examined and treated for its injuries. The moment the dog, from its initial weak and painful state, gradually recovered under the dedicated care of doctors and volunteers. The need to protect and care for abandoned animals, especially stray dogs living in harsh conditions. The dog began to show signs of recovery, which not only brought joy to the rescuers, but also showed that love and compassion can create miracles. A touching story about a dog couple who was seriously injured, faced with cold weather and harsh conditions, did everything possible to ensure their survival. Animal rescue volunteers were lucky to find the dog couple and their puppies in time. They immediately set to work to rescue them, gently bringing the dog couple and their puppies to safety. A touching moment when the puppies were warmed and cared for, while the parent dogs were taken to the veterinary facility to treat their wounds. The sacred maternal love of the pair of dogs left a deep impression, reminding viewers A dog is in critical condition after being hit by a car. The poor dog was abandoned on the side of the road, its body barely moving, its breathing weak, and its eyes full of fear. The dog lay motionless on the ground, surrounded by blood, making viewers feel sorry and worried about its fate. As soon as the dog was discovered, animal rescue volunteers immediately appeared. They carefully checked the dog's condition, comforted it, and gently picked it up so as not to make the wound worse. The situation was extremely tense, as every passing moment could determine the dog's survival. The volunteers quickly took the dog to the nearest veterinary facility for timely treatment. During the transport, they always tried to keep the dog conscious and safe. At the clinic, the veterinarians immediately performed emergency care, examined and treated the serious injuries the dog suffered. Volunteers and veterinarians worked tirelessly to give the dog a chance to survive, while also calling on everyone to raise awareness about protecting wild animals. An abandoned dog, once so skinny that it was just skin and bones, was likened to a paper dog. The initial image of the dog was emaciated and weak, to the point that it was difficult for anyone to recognize the hidden beauty inside it. Animal rescuers found the dog in a state of near lifelessness, abandoned and forgotten. With love and perseverance, they took the dog in to care for, provided food, water, and gradually healed its physical and mental wounds. Each step of the dog's miraculous transformation, from when it was weak and emaciated to when it began to recover, gradually regaining vitality and gaining weight. The most amazing thing was that after a period of careful care, the dog completely transformed, becoming a beautiful dog with soft fur and a healthy appearance. From an abandoned and nearly hopeless dog, he is now surrounded by love and living a life full of joy. Not only is he back to life, but he is more beautiful and happier than ever. The touching moments highlight the power of love and compassion, reminding us that every living thing deserves a second chance. A heartwarming rescue story of a mother dog who was severely injured while trying to protect her puppies in an extremely difficult situation. The mother dog was trapped in a small space, her leg caught in a tin can, causing serious injuries. She was in pain and panic, but still tried to protect her puppies while waiting for help. Rescuers quickly arrived and began the rescue. They gently approached the mother dog, comforted her, and tried to remove the tin can from her leg. The mother dog, although in pain, remained calm when she felt the kindness of the rescuers. After freeing the dog, volunteers took her and her puppies to a care facility. A heartwarming rescue of an abandoned dog in a terrible state. The dog was chained tightly to a red wall, its fur matted and its body covered in mud, indicating that it had been left alone for a long time. The dog was in a pitiful condition, with its hair matted, its body weak and lifeless. Rescuers found the dog and quickly removed the heavy chain, removing it from its painful confinement. They carefully brought the dog to the rescue center, where it was cleaned and thoroughly examined. Veterinarians had to cut off most of the dog's matted fur to check for injuries and skin conditions. After being cared for, the dog began to gradually recover. Although it was still weak and needed time to fully heal, the dog had a warm place to rest, and now it no longer had to suffer from loneliness and pain. The miraculous journey of a stray Samoyed, who was initially sick and very weak, but underwent a wonderful revival within 3 months, thanks to the dedicated care of his rescuers. Initially, the dog appeared emaciated, with matted fur and a skinny, lifeless body. Its health condition was worrying, with obvious signs of malnutrition and illness. But thanks to love and careful care, the dog gradually recovered. Over the course of 3 months, the dog received special care, from being cleaned, groomed, to receiving medical treatment. Each step of the dog's progress, from when it was weak and scared, to when it began to regain its health and spirit. The Samoyed's silky white fur gradually returned, its eyes became bright, and the dog began to show the inherent playfulness and dynamism of this breed. The image of a perfectly healthy Samoyed puppy, full of life and happiness. This is a testament to the power of love and care that can change a creature's life from despair to hope and happiness.